Hello, this is Dawn from Create to 8 and Create with Confidence, and today is part 2 of the Faded Blues Junk Journal, and this is the Junk Journal kit from Scrapbooking with me, and this is a design team project. I hope you'll stick with me as I finish with the cover and insert the signatures into this book. Okay, so I decided on some blue jean material for the binding here. So what I'm going to do is take my glue, not that glue, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to use the fabric glue here. Shake it up some. And I cut this about 3.5 inches, or about 3 inches. Remember, my spine is 1.5 inches. And then I cut a little bit longer than what the book is. So I'm just going to kind of find my halfway mark here and come here. I know it's going to cover this. Gotta get my brush washed here because the glue is settling in on it. Okay. And no, I can't cut a straight line, but I'm not really worried about it. We'll cover it up with some lace. Okay, so let's just get a little bit down here. A little bit down here. I'm just going to put that down like that. Okay. Smush it down. Come in here. And let's see if I can get this cut. Thought I had it cut straight enough and short enough before. But obviously I didn't. So hopefully that'll work. Okay, let's get this on here. Because I wanted it to, didn't have to match this perfectly, but I wanted it to match somewhat. See, like that's not going to match perfectly. Go down there. Okay. Yeah, I know it's not perfect. So let me just clip these here. Clip this. And go wash this. Okay, so this is 1.5 inches and it's the length of my book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. Yeah, if you had a place, something to score it with, it'd make things a lot easier. And I do have a scoring board over there. Fold it in half, okay? Fold that in half. That's going to give you the center mark for your book. And I usually go down about an inch to do my first, yeah, that's close enough. About an inch to do my first signature sewing thingamajiggy, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now let's go down here. Okay. And then we want to kind of so now we've got this will be center, little one. Okay. And then I usually go and do this in half again. I mark the top, so I know which one's the top and which one's the bottom. Just helps me. And then I do it again. Go down the center and just fold this like so. Okay. And there is my template. And then I go to my book and I pop my template in. And see, it doesn't exactly line up with down here in the bottom. So it's kind of, it should have, but it didn't. So let's just kind of center it in there. And I just happen to have a piece of foam laying around, so I'm going to double that up so it's a little bit thicker because it was a little thin. Put that underneath it. Grab an awl. Make first hole, second hole, third hole, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, see. Barely see them back here. 1, 2, go in there. 3. So I'm just doing this so I can see the holes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the next thing you want to do is get some kind of wax thread or something like that. I use, it's called C-Lon, C-L-O-N, cording from Micro Macrame. Just because I do a lot of micro macrame and I happen to have that around in all colors. Okay, again, I'm going to, because this is smaller than my book, I'm going to kind of center it along here so that it's kind of centered, and then I'm going to just mark where the top of my book is, top of my page is. And then I'm going to put my holes in. So, just line them up. 1, 'Yes, I should have clipped my pages before I did this, because they're shifting. Let's do this again. With the pages clipped so they stop shifting on me. Up at the top, okay. 1, 2, 3. Here's the first one. This is our center one. Remember, it's got that in there. Get that centered on the page a little bit. Make sure we use the center now, so we want the holes to match up. We want the top to match that.
The second one. And this is our last one. So that'll be the third and final one. And make sure our top, that line matches. Get that increase. And 3. Okay.
So that's done. Now we got to sew them in. So here's the cord I was talking about. And I'm going to measure 1, 2, and a little over. Get a needle. Okay, now if I was doing it on the back, if I went in from the back, I could hang beads off the back, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go in the front like this and go in. Okay, so I go into the center, then I go up to the top, and in. Okay, don't pull this all the way through now. Go down to the bottom. Get the bottom one here. Pull that through. Grab your tail. Go back in through the center. Go into the center. Here. And try not to split your cord, which is hard to do. Let's see. More pages. Where am I stuck at that you're not going through? Ah, the paper bag. You see, you can split him. Paper bag. And then we go through and just come out the other side. Okay. And make sure it's tight. See, it's tight along there. Tighten it. 1, 2. And then I usually tie a bow right there. Okay, so that's one. Do the same thing. 1, 2, a little more. Look for needle. Go through the center. And I probably should have kept those paper clips on the pages because they shifted again. Okay. Center, just like before. Top, go into the top there, down. You want to go into the bottom, which is hard to see with the doily because the hole's hard to see. Go down Hit that last hole. And I'm not adding beads to this one, but if you wanted to, you could, as you're doing this, like right here, pick up some beads, add them to the strings before you go back in. And it makes for a really pretty spine cover on the back. That through. Okay. Now, I want both of these to dangle down a lot so that I could add some charms to them. So I need to pull this one out some. Okay, so that they can dangle down. Make sure they're tight. Tie knot. Okay, I'm gonna have to glue that still. The front one glued pretty good, but the back one didn't. Okay, so let's get the last signature in.
One, two, and one more. Go to the center. And go to the center here. Go to the back. Go down to the bottom. Go down to the bottom hole. Go back up to the center. And try to open the hole. There we go. Okay. This on the other side. So you've got a string on both sides. Get it tightened. Make sure that's tightened there. Tighten to the knot. No, actually, before you tie them into a knot, you should check to make sure all your pages are tight enough. Yes, I've done that before. But then upside down, you have to go through and untie everything and resew it. Which actually is not that hard, it just takes time. Okay.
So let's get that cut. We can get rid of this. Let's get this taken care of. So I still have my glue out here. Okay, so I glued both the fabric and the book. And let's see if I can get it down here. Okay. So we've got what I forgot. I forgot to cover this. I wasn't going to cover this because I wanted to leave that, but I did want to cover this. Oops. Oh well, you can still do that. So I want that to be in there to show. I just want it to come to about right there. 5 1/4. And let's chop it off about right there. Like that. Okay. See, even if you make a mistake, you can fix it. Let's do some sponging around there. I'll get that in just a minute. Okay. We're going to put it up like that. Move this out of the way. Let's put that up because we don't need that anymore.
No harm, no foul. You want to put the pocket in there, so we just take this. Make a pocket. I'll try to move it out. So this is just not under 5 1/4. And I'm going to find the center. I think we're going to do it that way. I just got this. I don't think I found the center on that one. So I've got a little pocket here now. Okay.
And then we're going to leave this the same. We could doll up that a little bit, but I'm just gonna do a little itty bitty pocket. Put a little itty bitty pocket on it. I just thought that was cute. I actually taught there. It was Southwestern Community College then. Okay. So now I've got signatures in, and the next step will be to decorate it.